Welcome to the BAM Sports Show.
All right, so here we go.
Maybe I'm the weird one.
It's 2022. We don't judge. You do.
No,
what
I
you
don't.
wanna do with-
A fan of the show had a shout out for you.
You should just shut your mouth. You're coming off as stupid.
Welcome to a brand new sports show experience coming through your wavelengths. Let's get ready to have some fun. So sit back, crack open a drink, and let's talk some sports.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to the BAM Sports Show. I am your host, Blake. It is Friday, October 14th. Also, opening night of Halloween Ends. I don't know if you guys are going to watch. I'm joined tonight by the dude down in Jacksonville. Rick, what's up, my guy?
Not too much, man. How you been?
Back home, working, doing all the fun stuff. And we are joined, as always, on a Friday. Well, not always, I guess, but pretty consistently lately. The man, the myth, the legend. Leather Danny, how are you?
Pretty good. What's going on? Just want to give a reminder to everyone on the stream who's watching this. If you can see me, we can see you. So watch where you put your hands.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. So this show is going to be a little different tonight. Typically, we are, I would say, unscripted, right? We usually talk for maybe 3 to 4 minutes in the kind of the show lobby before we start. Danny has prepared something for us this evening that we're going to kind of roll with a little bit later. But guys, so haven't seen you in a week. Last time I talked to you, I was in Florida. Anything exciting over the week happen?
We went to the Jaguars game, the Jaguars-Texans game last weekend.
Oh, nice.
That was a lot of fun. It was my first regular season NFL game, so it was a good time. I was actually surprised at how nice the stadium was there, and it was kind of cool because that particular game, unbeknownst to us, happened to also be the game that the Jaguars honored Tony Baselli, which is the first player ever drafted by the Jaguars. Coincidentally, also the first player from the Jaguars to make it into the Hall of Fame. So it was kind of cool. The game kind of sucked. The Jags lost to the Texans. Texans always seem to have Jacksonville's number. But no, it was a fun time.
Damn.
Awesome. I'm glad. This is your second Jacksonville game, right?
Yeah, we went to the preseason game. Just kind of on a whim, we went to the Steelers-Jaguars game, preseason, and then like I said, this game this past Sunday.
That's awesome.
Any regrets on leaving the Texans?
No, like I said, I don't have any ill feelings towards them. I just never really felt any connection to the city of Houston. So
Sure.
yeah,
Cool.
Well, they made sure that they left their impact on the Jacksonville Jaguars this weekend.
I mean.
I
Sure.
never, like I told Ryan on Friday, if you would have told me on, Friday night last week when we talked that the Texans were going to be, I was like, no way in hell. There's no way in hell, so the NFL's crazy this year. It's insane.
Divisional games, man.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. Speaking as a former Texans fan, the Texans always play the Jaguars tough, regardless of what their record is. They always seem to have Jacksonville's number. So, meh.
No.
It happens. Well, so we had football last night. I guess we'll call it that. If I'm Amazon, if I'm Jeff, I'm pissed, right? Because these games have sucked. Except for opening week, right?
Yeah, the Bills-Rams game.
And then I think it was week 2. There was a good one as well.
But that wasn't quote unquote Thursday night football, right? That wasn't with.
You're right. It was Monday Night Football.
Yeah, it was with NBC, I think. And then after that, since then, I think it's all been Amazon Prime. But isn't that kind of the way Thursday night football? That's the way I remember it being. And I don't remember, it hasn't been around for that long, but when the first couple of years it started out, it was always the lower class, I won't say lower class teams, but the
lower tier.
Seemed like the teams that kind of sucked, didn't really have a lot to play for, were the ones who got stuck playing Thursday night.
Yeah, and I wonder how much of that is just simply, the teams that the NFL knows are going to have a relatively low viewership well, why not just put them on, a night where they're the only product, from the NFL to watch. That way, like, max participation type of thing.
Yeah, I still watched it. I mean, they still got.
Do you think they do it? Like put a shitty game on Thursday night because they're like, like for the East Coast, like for you guys, like that shit doesn't end till 11:30, 11:45 at night. Like on last Sunday, I was in Florida still, and the Sunday night game came on, and like 10:30 comes around, and you're like, "Fuck, I'm tired," and like,
yeah,
So do you think they put a shitty game on Thursday night so people don't feel bad if they go to bed?
I don't think that's really what's in mind. I think they want to get as many views as possible. And also, at the beginning of the season, some of these games don't look as bad until you get there. We didn't realize Denver was going to be a bad team. We didn't realize the Colts were going to be a bad team. I mean, maybe not great, but with everyone thought they were going to be a great game to watch. So it's really hard some of these scheduling ahead sometimes when you have these primetime games set up. But like I said, that being said, going back to early Thursday night football, they generally used to be the not very fun games to watch. But this is these are like historically bad games that we're watching here. They're not just like, oh hey, yeah, these like it's like painful.
Yeah, seriously.
Guys, if you're watching this right now, make sure you hit the subscribe button on the bottom. If you haven't already hit it. Hit that like button as well. Subscribe, like, subscribe.
Rick,
like.
You're gonna
so
you there. Back over here, yeah.
No, Rick, you should be over here, right? Like that.
No, other way.
What? No.
I think. I don't know. Just hit the damn subscribe button.
Yeah, you'll find it
down there. Anyways, just go past Leather Danny just a little bit. Yeah. Hang a left. It'll be over there. So let's kind of get into I guess the actual game. I mean, it was pretty bad. I know, Rick, you had said you had to work last night, so you didn't get to see a bunch of it. And, Danny, I don't know about what you were saying. I can't remember if you watched it or not. You tried to, I think.
No, I did watch it. I usually cut out about the last half of the fourth quarter is usually when I can't stay up much longer, like 10:45, 11 o'clock. I'm like, that's as absolutely as late as I can stay. So, what happened after that was kind of a mystery to me. I saw a touchdown of some kind and some field goals, and I was like, all right, well, someone got a touchdown in the last couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, it was bad. I turned it on. I'm a Bears fan, right? Like, I turned it on. I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh my god! I ended up playing my fucking video game and having it on in the background. I didn't even realize the Mooney play was the last play of the game. I thought it was just a fourth down play.
What did you think of the Bears uniform?
I liked them. I think the helmets would have looked a little bit better. Somebody said this in a group chat. I can't remember which of the sports group chats it was said in because I'm in fucking 20.
Right.
But they said that the helmets would have looked better if they were matte instead of the shiny.
Yeah.
Which I don't disagree. Like, some of that glare it took away from the helmets, I think.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Shiny.
What'd you say?
So matte is the new shiny.
Yeah, I mean, right, like, I liked them. Like, I love the orange jerseys. I love, I'm glad that the NFL allowed the teams to do an alternate helmet this year, right? Like, I guess I don't understand the reasoning as to why the NFL limited it previously.
Yeah.
So if anybody knows that answer, please link that article or, send it to me on Twitter because I'd love to know the reasoning behind it. Because like if you look at Oregon, right? Like the University of Oregon and like their combinations, like I'm not an Oregon fan, but I always I like their page on Facebook because on Wednesdays and Thursdays they start to post like what the uniform combination is going to be that weekend.
Yeah, they do a phenomenal job.
Uniforms are sick. Yeah.
You know, this is Thursday Night Football's bad, but the most exciting thing we're talking about is the Bears uniform.
No shit.
You know what I think they should do next year? Should be mandatory Thursday Night Football because they had like the color rush stuff that was weird.
That was
Thursday Night Football should be mandatory throwback.
That would be
that'd
really
That
cool.
would be fun. Yeah.
That would be dope. I'd like that. I remember you speaking of that the color rush thing. I remember because that was the last game that the St. Louis Rams played was a color rush night there. The
mustard.
last home game. Excuse me. Yeah, the Rams home game, and it was a mustard and ketchup bowl. The Buccaneers were like clad in red, and the Rams were in like they looked like almost like West Virginia's uniforms. Just like all yellow, it was terrible. But I think I agree. I think if they can do like a, rock the old school uniforms for Thursday Night Football, like at least they have that to talk about. If they're going to continue to put a dog shit product on in the field for Thursday.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I don't disagree there. I think that's a cool idea too.
yeah. Because someone told me they're doing the color rush to try and sell more jerseys, and most of them were just awful. Even like everyone seems, the Seahawks fans seem to like the highlighter green. I hate it. I thought it was fun one time. Now I'm sick of it. But yes, so many of the color rush jerseys like are just awful to me. I don't think anyone would ever want to buy them.
I don't mind the green jerseys. I think that they look better with the with not the green pants, but like the blue pants with like the green stripe on the side. But I don't like it like
Agreed.
yeah.
Oh
that actually looks really
yeah.
bad.
No, it's as like a trim color. It's fine,
Right.
Like the Bears usually have the orange as their trim, but having like the whole head to toe highlighter green,
Right.
hate it.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Well, I think that's what Rick's saying, right? Rick, you're talking about the highlighter green jerseys with like the normal pants, correct?
Right. Exactly. Yes.
Did they do that one time?
I think they've done it a couple times. I don't know. I
Okay.
know whenever I'm playing Madden, that's usually what I rock.
I was like, oh, they do it.
Rick's like not confirm nor deny.
Yeah.
Speaking of
I
which,
know
I
it's
think
available
that
on
is
Madden.
it's available on Madden, huh? Also, NFL GMs, I hear a rumor out there that a certain somebody that might live in Jacksonville is potentially throwing his hat into the NFL head coaching gig. So,
Oh yeah,
Mm.
absolutely. I am here for it. Let me tell you, NFL teams, I am the coach for you for the next few months, to a
Yes.
year.
if you
I mean,
are
that's
wanting someone
ridiculous.
to fire, he is your guy.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
I'll fall on that sword.
If I may. Yeah. So Matt Rule, the coach, well, the now former coach of the Carolina Panthers, he ends up getting fired, rightfully so. It's about damn time. But he still had a like $40 million of guaranteed money for the contract that he had left. So basically, I forget what it was, but it was like they still have to pay him that money, but they are paying him for the next 4 years. So I think, and I'm probably butchering this a little bit, but there's, I think like, unless he gets another coaching gig somewhere else for the next 4 years, they are paying him like $834,000 a month not to coach football.
That's insane.
It's like, dude, like, at that point, like, yeah, cool. Like, I'm cool with not having a job.
And he'd probably get a
set.
job too.
Huh?
Not as a head coach, but I mean, he's probably
No, I think because they were talking about that on, I think Pat, the PMS show,
Mhm.
that because they were talking about him going to college now. Like, obviously, that's the next step, right? There's going to be a lot of big name programs needing a head coach. Like, you got two big jobs in Nebraska and Wisconsin, but they were saying, I think these NFL clauses have no. Are you telling me I'm wrong?
No, I'm saying like I wouldn't do it if I'm at Rule. Like, piss on it. I'm
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, but I think the they have like an opt out where if he signs another contract or gets another job or something along those lines, then they're off the hook for the money. So that's what
Right.
these that's what these programs are, or these But I agree with you, Rick. I would take a year off of football. I would take a step back. I would reevaluate myself as a coach and my systems, I guess, and the people around me. But I agree. I don't know that I would jump right into it.
I would take the entirety of that remaining $40 million off, 4 years off, just because I'm set. Like, he really doesn't have to work ever again if he really didn't
Well,
want to.
that's true too.
Like he could have just cashed in and chopped deuces. Like I would gladly be the coach of an NFL or be a head coach of an NFL team and get fired. Like the fans can slander me all they want. I'll just hit them with the Marshawn Lynch. Like, Coach Horn, why is the offense struggling so bad? I'm just here so I don't get fined.
All right.
Like, he's set for life. $834,000 a month for the next 4 years. Again, so long as he doesn't sign somewhere else.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know. I see both sides. Like if these guys truly love the game of football and they truly are passionate about it, like with me with cheer and coaching, right? Like I stepped away from it, but I love it, right? And it wasn't going to be a career, so I wanted to go back to it. So I guess at that point we got to look at the coach is not his morals, but like how passionate is he about the game of football? How passionate is he about changing young men's lives? Because what he did at Baylor, like he changed a lot of those kids' lives. Like when they were there and the Art Briles bullshit came out, a lot of these kids were just destroyed, so
Right.
he had the opportunity to rebuild multiple, humans. And I'm not talking about the football players, multiple humans on that team. So it's like, okay, dude, like, and then the other aspect of it, like, okay, Nebraska, I think I saw a thing, has Nebraska not been ranked since like 3 or 4 years? Like Nebraska football has not been good in how long?
Right.
That is an opportunity to be like right now, dude, no one thinks you can coach football. No one thinks you can do it. So, like, for me, if you tell me I can't do something, I'm going to do everything in my power to prove you fucking wrong. Yeah. Like this
Fair
show,
enough.
for instance. Like, people are like, oh, I've got 4,000 friends on Facebook. And we've got like 128 subscribers on YouTube. So people are just expecting me to, like, give up. Like, oh, we're going to stop doing this. No, like, we're here. We're sticking with it. So for Matt Rule, again, no one thinks he can coach football. So for him to have an opportunity to go to Nebraska or Wisconsin, two big powerhouse programs that, mind you, have money and can spend money, and in the current college, landscape that we live in, I don't disagree with you, Rick. I would take the $40 million. I would play a lot of fucking video games, smoke a lot of cigars like Danny is, like I would be living the fucking life. But
yeah,
it would not shock me under any circumstances if Matt Rule ends up coaching college ball in a year. Take a year off, man. At minimum, take a year off, take the money, spend time with your wife and kids. We know those jobs ruin fucking relationships. Look at Tom Brady, right? So take the time, spend time with your kids, and go from there.
But you got to remember too, it's like the people who are in sports, they're built differently. They live and breathe and die to compete. And if someone's still got it in them to compete in any level, and like whether it's going to be like the college football, NFL, or XFL, what have you, I think they're going to take the opportunity to go and do that just because it's in their system to do it, regardless of money. Now, I'm not saying, money is a factor. Don't get me wrong,
right?
But I don't think it would surprise me at all in someone in this case. I think it's different than being like a CEO who gets fired and it's like, okay, well, I'll just retire. It's not quite the same thing as a sport where it's all just, whether you're coaching or playing, competitions just, in you through and through. So, and I'd be very shocked if it took more than a year off, honestly. If it was me, because I'm not on the same level as some of these guys, who are, these athletes or coach, I would, take the money and go home. So, but that's the reason why they make the big bucks and we don't.
Right.
Agreed. So Shannon says, can he technically sign up for unemployment on top of his $800K a month too? I mean, why not? I would say no, because that money is still going to be income. Like he's still going to pay income taxes on that. So I would say no.
So he was like, I'm sure he's still, I'm not sure the right verbiage for this, but in a way it's like he's still employed. Like he
Correct.
still has a contract through the NFL that's being
Right.
honored, though he's not. He was just relieved of his coaching duties.
Yeah.
But that's, not to say that, because like he's still on the NFL's payroll. So I'm sure that has a factor to play into it. But that is hilarious to think about, though.
We'll bring in our accountant here, and who'll straighten it out for us.
Yeah. The Bama
But we
Sports Show
cannot
accountant.
confirm nor deny that.
That's
Right.
right.
I say if you can, go for it. 100%. I agree, Shan.
Fuck that. We're paying that. Don't go for it. He's getting 800 grand a fucking month. Fuck that. If I
I'm
find
not
out
saying-
Matt Rule's getting unemployment, I will kick him square in the nuts.
I'm just saying, if I was him, why not? But yeah. So also, he didn't comment on the show, but I'm just getting texts in from a very good fan of the show, Mr. Eric Hanley. I'm sure you guys remember him. He's texting and he says that Nebraska is a dead job. Who wants to go to Nebraska to go to school, let alone live? So, I mean,
Same shit could be said about Iowa, bro, or Wisconsin, or Michigan, like
or Ohio.
Oh, hey.
or Ohio. I mean,
Our corn
it's
sweeter over
true
here.
though. But
Yeah.
money changes things.
Mhm.
Money fucking changes things. And now you got these kids coming out of high school. Think about this, and you've got a low-income family, stud football player. Nebraska
Yeah.
comes to you and says, "We will pay you $5 million to play football at the University of Nebraska." Alabama comes to you and says, "We will pay you $2 million." You are from a low-income family, low-income lifestyle. You're taking the $5 million to take care of mom all day long. So I don't disagree. Like, Nebraska sucks. Nobody likes Nebraska football. But money talks.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
yeah.
never been to Nebraska, so I guess I can't really say. But
I think I've
Sure.
driven through, but I mean the same thing. University of Kansas in the middle of nowhere.
so
Yeah,
Are you trying-
super. If you've got start and sit questions, drop them there. We'll answer those at the end. So Danny,
Yes.
the floor is yours, my friend.
All
For
right.
the first ever scripted skit on the BAM Sports Show.
Oh, it's not scripted at all, actually. We have very fine private investigators and reporters scouring the league up and down for different hot takes and stories on the NFL and all sports, really just NFL this time around. But there are stories that we cannot confirm or deny. So this is the first installment of Leather Danny's Cannot Confirm Nor Deny. First up. Oh, you gotta wait here, man.
Oh.
Get rid of that ugly guy, man. We're
I
doing
jumped
this on
again.
the fly here. Yeah, sorry. If you have kids watching, I apologize for that. Hopefully they'll
that
be able
is
to
the
sleep.
Raiders owner, Mark Davis. Quite literally.
Okay. Yeah, we might have to just. I might have to. We're going on the fly, so Blake, I might just have to say, pull up this picture. And
Yep,
Joe
you're
can
good.
just ruin it here. Okay, so first off, we saw we cannot confirm this, but Russell Wilson was seen at the Denver Children's Hospital, where a sick kid asked him if he would throw him a touchdown next week's game. But Russell Wilson replied, "Can I just sign your hat instead?" so
Man.
all right. Deshaun Watson tried to book a massage at the Vietnamese spa, the Happy Pearl. Did you guys hear about this?
No.
No, but he was shocked. Well, he was shocked to find that the entire afternoon was booked by Robert Kraft, so didn't get anything happen there. All right, so this is actually going to be interesting. So next year, all the Thursday night football is going to be held in England and other parts of Europe, because that's a place where they enjoy watching all the scores through kicking and single-digit scoring. So they're going to be pretty happy over there. So, all right. Doctors are getting more and more concerned with Tua's mental health. He sat through the entirety of Hubie Halloween and laughed the entire way through. So not looking good for him.
Yeah, that movie was rough to watch.
Yeah. So you guys here with Troy Aikman got in some hot water with his comment.
Oh, about what?
Oh,
yeah.
so Troy Aikman, like this week was talking about these roughing the passer calls. He quoted and he said, "My hope is that the competition committee looks at this in the next set of meetings and takes the dresses off." So he had a meeting with the competition committee where they where he had to apologize for him. They browbeat him a little bit and then eventually pelted them with their purses. So, I think I'm just gonna skip the picture ones because I'm kind of scared they're gonna like the jokes aren't gonna land because we're not okay. So this is actually kind of a serious thing. Cutler came out. I just read this today. That Cutler had suffered 15 concussions throughout his career. And to give you an idea of how many concussions that is, it's actually 3 more concussions than Justin Field had on Thursday. So,
Jesus.
Oh.
Yeah, quite a lot
You're a
there.
dick for that one.
Okay. I got a bunch on here, but I'm not sure they're going to land. So I'm going to wrap it up with this one. So, oh, actually, no, we should do the other one too. So, okay, let me get to.
I got all these pictures pulled up. You better.
Okay. You better
least
fucking
use
put.
one
I
of
can
these
use one of them.
damn
Okay,
things.
so. Stephen Belichick. A lot of people don't know this. We cannot confirm or deny it, but he's not given an iPad in every game. He's actually given an Etch-a-Sketch and a graham cracker and a pat on the head for being a good boy. So, let's pull up.
Oh,
You got Stephen Belichick. We can pull up.
Look at some of these faces, man.
Yeah, he's with Stephen Belichick. You gotta watch him really close when he's got around soft furry pets. Oh, that you can pull that one up. That's we can't or go back to the other one you just had with Cam Newton. Yeah, we cannot. Go back. Yeah, cannot confirm or deny this, but Cam Newton is actually 2 kids stacked on top of each other wearing a trench coat.
Look at his
like
face.
Little
Like
Rascals.
that is fucking accurate.
Right. All right.
Looks like it.
Since we're here, I don't think this joke's gonna land. We're going with it. Mark Davis played "Got Your Nose" and he lost.
Oh.
Okay.
Good God Almighty.
Oh man.
It's the Halloween edition of the BAM Sports Show.
Jeez.
Let's see. I think I was saving this one for last. We'll just go with it here. Okay. So as you guys know, Tom and Giselle marriage isn't looking too hot. As Tom Brady was leaving the house, the kids asked, where's Daddy going? And Giselle replied to the kids, "Don't worry, kids. Daddy's just going to Tampa Bay to get some cigarettes."
Oh my God.
Good God Almighty.
And that's going to wrap it up for this edition of Leather Daddy Presents Cannot Confirm Nor Deny. So,
All
I
right.
fucking love it. I'm
Well
going to
done,
throw this
sir.
image on screen because this was the most disturbing image of last week. What in the fuck is he wearing?
oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah, it was not that great of a one, but it was all right.
Like who?
About
Kermit the Frog and Elton John got together and
Murray
came up
making
with a
money.
design of a dress or a
Like-
suit.
When he put this on, he had to have asked somebody, "How does this look?" Somebody lied to him. Straight up looked him in the eyes and lied to him and said, "This looks good, dude. This
Look
looks
at the
like he went
shoes."
into Hillary Clinton's closet."
Yeah.
He's
Like,
got like the
shit,
Frankenstein
Bill's
boots
home.
too. Look,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah,
wearing like
look-
Frankenstein like
well-
work boots.
Yeah, but bro, he's also only 5 foot tall, so and in this image he's only 5'2", so
I'm sure he probably got that at the Build-A-Bear.
oh my gosh, that is funny. So Danny, we appreciate you for
Ridiculous.
doing that, my friend. That's something we'll be doing
Yeah.
on Fridays when Danny's joining us. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Let us know in the comments what you thought was the best part. What?
I did just want to, check in here on the comments section. Eric decided to, he wanted to chime in, throw one last jab and said, it's one thing to live in Columbus, Ohio, the fastest growing city in the Midwest. Look it up. But then he texted me and said, what has Ohio or Nebraska ever done? So.
Oh, do I gotta answer that? like
Nobody
more
wants to live
astronauts
in
than any other
Columbus,
state.
Ohio. Yeah, that's true.
Columbus actually isn't. I mean, I like Columbus. Everyone tells me it's shitty. I see some shitty areas, but and I also consider Dublin part of Columbus. You guys have no idea what I'm talking about, but Dublin is,
I do.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay. Yeah, Dublin's awesome. And to me, it's part of Columbus. Downtown Columbus, I guess, is near the college area. It's I forget what street that is, but just what would be considered the major downtown area was fucking awesome. And I challenge you to find a girl there who's like a 8 or less. Like I felt like I shouldn't be allowed to be in there and show my ugly face in that area. It was
That's why Danny's not allowed back.
Yep, not allowed.
Not confirm nor deny.
Cannot confirm or deny.
That's right.
Oh shit. Well, let's get into some week 6 picks and stuff. Obviously last night sucked, so we'll just kind of jump into it. Ravens and Giants in the Meadowlands.
Ravens.
I'm gonna go Giants.
Oh, okay. Is that going to be your upset? I was thinking we should like
I like
throw in
that.
our upset. Like, hey guys, this is going to be my upset of the week.
So I'm gonna pick Giants. This is gonna be my upset of the week. I like it. I think the Giants turned some heads last week. Brian Dable is starting to call some good fucking football games. Nathaniel Hackett needs to pick up the fucking phone and call Brian and say, "Hey, what book did you read this offseason? Can you send me a signed copy?" Because Dable is, of the hires, Dable hands down is looking like the best hire. I mean, Danny fucking Dimes looks like a guy, and he's not a guy. Also, I'm playing Thomas in our league, and I need Lamar and Mark Andrews to shit the bed. So that would be great for Blake. Jaguars head to Indianapolis to face the Colts.
Jaguars.
I think the Jags bounce back.
Yeah, I do too. The Colts look like dog shit last week.
Had the Jags not lost last week, I could have seen Indianapolis sneaking one out here just because it is a divisional game at home.
Mm-hmm.
But I think with the Jags losing, Eric, stop distracting Rick. I think with the Jags losing last week, am I wrong?
Yeah. No, I mean, but similar.
No, I meant about Eric texting you.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Eric is texting me right now.
And Super CNB challengers, we're going to be answering questions here soon, so hang tight.
Yep.
So
it's but as far as that game goes, like it's much like I said about the Texans, like always seeming to have Jacksonville's number. In that same light, Jacksonville always seems to have Indianapolis's number.
Divisional games.
In Jacksonville, though. Not necessarily in Indianapolis. In Jacksonville.
Aren't they playing in Jacksonville?
No, it's in Indy.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But I still think, like I said, if Jacksonville wouldn't have lost last week, I could see it. With Jacksonville losing last week to the Texans, they cannot drop back-to-back divisional games.
And you got to remember the Colts are kind of hanging their cap on that Kansas City game that they won. You know, other than that, they haven't been there, and I don't know where they have to make that game. A lot of it was just kind of special teams issues, you know, in their Colts' favor, and then against Kansas City. So, all right,
Patriots travel to Cleveland to face the Browns. I'm going New England there. They got no Clowney. That Browns defense is hurt.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Didn't the Patriots win last week?
They did 29.
Oh yeah, they won by bloodbath.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Patriots. I know but yeah, even then, I'm going to go Patriots on this one.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do the same thing. I think I'm going to go Patriots. I know that they have a phenomenal run game, you know, to kind of keep them afloat until this. Well, I guess we can talk about Deshaun Watson later on, but until that situation gets sorted out, you know, with the new developments, you know, that just recently happened with that. But yeah, outside of that, like I still think the Patriots don't have like an all-world defense, like, you know, that we've been used to them having, more often
Yep.
than not, but they still have a quality defense. And that kid, I'm not sure if Mac Jones is playing or not, but that kid Zappy actually doesn't look terrible.
Looks real good. Looks
So,
real good.
Yeah, I'm going to take Patriots. Low scoring game, but Patriots.
So it's unanimous, all the Patriots. Bengals heading down to NOLA to play the Saints. Notable note here, Jameis is on track to start on Sunday for the Saints, if that changes anyone's thought process.
It doesn't. I still say it would be the Bengals on that one.
I say shit on me because I picked up Taysom Hill off the waiver wire, and now that's a useless pick.
Not necessarily, bro. He can run the ball. So on Tuesday we were talking about it with Ryan because he played Taysom in our listener league.
Right, but Jameis wasn't playing, so like they were.
Right,
I feel like they had to get a little bit more creative with the playbook.
But it fucking worked, so why not do it again? Why not continue to do it?
True.
Now you got a better quarterback and with more creative plays. Maybe Jameis won't throw the ball away. I think it's Bengals there, although I do look at New Orleans' defensive line to potentially make some big plays there. I think that's where New Orleans has a shot with Cam Jordan on that line. It being in New Orleans, those fans are crazy.
Yeah.
I like the Bengals, but it would not shock me if the Saints end up winning that football game.
I agree. I'm lockstep with you right there.
Yeah.
We always harp on how Cincinnati's O-line, they spent all this money in the offseason to just completely rebuild their O-line, but it hasn't lived up to expectation just yet. I mean, I feel like they're getting a little bit better and better every week, but they're still not quite where they need to be just yet. So,
well, Keith, the fact checker, just said Dalton is starting, not Winston. So never mind. That whole argument goes out the fucking window. Thank you, Keith. Appreciate you as always, my guy. Buccaneers leaving Tampa, head north to face the Steelers in Pittsburgh.
Tampa Bay. I think that should be an easy one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need Pickett to not suck. But I don't have any faith there in our sleeper league. I've got my quarterbacks are Tua, Teddy, Tannehill. Why are they all T's? Tua, Teddy, Tannehill.
Triple T.
And then I just grabbed Pickett today off of the waiver wire. 49ers head to Atlanta to play the Falcons.
Niners by bloodbath.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Falcons they're a totally different team without Cordella Patterson on that offense.
Yeah.
Like
not that they were
not that they were barn burners before, but I mean
they could hang in the
now
game.
Your number one playmaker.
He certainly helped. Yeah. And how sad is it? A guy in his 30s is your best playmaker.
Yeah. Jets heading up to Lambeau to play the Packers. Anyone give the Jets a chance here?
Yes.
No.
This is my my upset pick. I think that this is going to be, they lost to a New York team in London, this past week, and I like the Jets to pull off the upset against Green Bay to hand them their second New York loss in a row. Although I know it's a home game for the Packers this game, but the Jets actually are. Huh?
It was in London, but it was technically a home game.
Oh well, fair enough. But anyway, no, the Jets are actually they're starting to show some things that I kind of like on that team. Like their defense isn't as bad as we thought it would be, and they have plenty of playmakers. Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, and whatnot. Breece Hall is all but completely taken over that role as the lead back.
Mm-hmm.
They have playmakers on that team, and I think that Green Bay still has a quality defense, but I don't know. For some reason, this just feels like a game that the Jets can win. They can continue to build momentum, and I know the Packers are going to come out furious. That they lost a game that everybody thought they would win. Kind of firing on all cylinders and everything. But I think that blind rage, if you will,
Yeah.
may not be as potent as the momentum that the Jets are going to be rolling in after them completely beating the shit out of who was it last week that they played? The
The
Jets.
Giants.
Yeah, the Jets. Who the Jets
that
did
I know. I
was
thought they played the Giants.
the
No,
Dolphins.
the Packers played the.
What was the Dolphins?
Just
Yep.
completely beating the dog shit out of the Dolphins last week. I think that they ride that momentum. That's probably the biggest victory that they've had in God knows how many years. So I
Yeah.
think they ride
Do they
that
what,
momentum.
Keith? Keith says, "Do they?" I don't know what he's. Do they what? So notable facts here: Rodgers and LaFleur have never lost back-to-back games.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a huge stat.
That's fucking impressive. Like that's impressive.
I think Tom Brady's even
Um,
won back-to-back or lost back-to-back games.
Oh yeah, I that's a combination though with LaFleur and Rodgers, not just Rodgers. I think Rodgers. Yeah, well, yeah, agreed, Keith. They've got to play a full team. Like your guys' team checks out at halftime. We saw that last week with the Giants. I I think the Jets play them tough, but I think at home, I think the Packers end up taking this. Go ahead.
Oh, I don't really have faith in Zach Wilson yet. God, man, he's not looking that great. I mean, I honestly didn't see the whole Dolphins game, but watched his first game back, and dude, he just looked like absolute ass. So that's like I said, might not be what. Yeah.
Damn, Rick, all these sailors like to open their fucking mouths like keyboard warriors, huh?
I'm telling you.
This is
Hey,
two now. Two
These are-
of your
this is-
friends.
no,
Going
that's the
straight-
same guy. That's
No, it ain't.
Eric. You know the guy. Yeah, remember that. Like
I'm talking
like,
about the dude in the league that went from 0 to 100.
Oh yeah. Well, he's former sailor, but he's kind of a basket case. He's kind of a known basket case. But yeah, getting a little bit of trash talk from one Eric.
I mean,
I don't know.
He
Yeah,
also
Bond's a
just-
savage.
he also just tried to defend Columbus, Ohio, so his opinion is completely
Hey, I did
irrelevant.
too. I'll back him up on that. Columbus isn't that bad. That's their town motto. Like, we're not that bad. At least we're not Cleveland.
Vikings heading down to Minnesota to play the Dolphins. 7th round draft pick Steven Taylor, I believe is his name,
Skyler
is
I
starting.
think Skyler something or
Or some,
another.
yeah, Skyler something. There we go. Thank you. Starting for the Dolphins. I've got Minnesota here.
Yep.
Yeah, Minnesota. They're kind of one of those teams, a little like the Giants, where you just kind of, oh yeah, the Vikings, whatever. And you start going through this shit, and they're like,
Oh, they're
wait,
4-1.
what? They're division leaders? What? Green Bay's had a Green Bay? What?
I'm
Did
not
they beat
picking
Green Bay?
Minnesota
What?
though because of Minnesota. I'm picking Minnesota because of the Dolphins.
Yep.
Likewise.
I mean, Minnesota didn't look good against the Bears last week, and clearly we know the Bears are dog shit. So
Division
like you
game,
had a
I know.
21-3 lead on Chicago. 21-3 in Minnesota. You know, like, and you let Chicago come back into the game. So, but the Miami is just, they're a whole different beast right now without the swag of an offense.
Yeah.
So, which good news, Tua and Teddy have been on the practice field, non-contact stuff, but on the practice field. So, Panthers head out to LA to play the Rams.
Rams.
Well, yeah. Yep. Can't argue with that one.
I'm going Panthers.
Although I would love
You
to
going?
watch.
That's your
like,
upset.
No, I'm
PJ
going with the
Walker.
Giants as my upset. But
Oh, I thought you said
PJ
you're going-
Walker is getting the start, and this is fired coach game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would
The
love
coach
it.
is just fired. There'll be a whole new energy.
And LA doesn't have a home field advantage. So.
Yeah, ever.
Correct.
They play 17 away games a year.
So I hate. Sorry for all the LA fans out there, but God, I
I'm not.
hate LA football.
Yeah.
It's like you don't deserve.
Dude.
If your fans can't support you, then you don't deserve to have a team. Like, oh, but the TV market or whatever. Like, shut up. You have
Right.
San Francisco. You can watch them.
I hope the Dodgers lost tonight.
I don't want to talk about
Did
baseball.
you know the last time the Padres? Hold on, fun fact though. Did you know the last time the Padres had a home playoff game, home playoff baseball game? Don Roberts was actually a Padre.
What year was that?
I don't know.
Oh,
He's
okay.
fucking old now, managing the Dodgers.
You can say it's been 2001 since the Mariners had a home playoff game, so I don't want to hear it. But we get one tomorrow. I said about 4:00 Eastern time.
Cardinals travel to Seattle to play the Seahawks.
I'm
I'm going Seattle.
Same.
I'm gonna ride with y'all this weekend.
Yeah, this is such a hard. Every time we go to the Seattle pick, I have such a hard time throwing up because I try to be like, hey, I'm biased, so I'm going to go with the other team. So like over push my bias. So I'm just going to go with Seattle. I want them to win, so it's hard for me not to think that they will win. So just openly saying, hey guys, that's what's going on with me.
No, I think that
Thank
Seattle.
you. Appreciate that.
I'm not just being biased as a Seahawks fan. I just think that they have a legitimate shot to win this game. It's both defenses are terrible. It's in Seattle, and I think that Seattle's offense looks a lot more polished than Arizona's does right now. And then I think this is the last game that they're going to be without DeAndre Hopkins, right? Yeah. So I definitely
They've
see
also
a world.
got a lot out on Seattle. Like a lot. I think you got like 6 players out.
On defense or offense? Or
Combination
like
offense
that.
and defense.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
But
either way.
I like Seattle here.
Yeah. I mean, I know that Rashad Penny, obviously, that sucks. But
it's Walker time. Super CNB challengers.
Walker
It's
time.
Walker time. Put Mozart away.
Yeah. No, give me Seattle.
What should be the Monday night game?
Right.
The Bills travel to Arrowhead to play the Chiefs.
Who screwed that up?
This is going to be so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you look at the schedule and think,
Yeah.
oh, no, that game might suck?
Like a replay
And
of
give us
the AFC
fucking
Championship.
Broncos
No,
again.
it wasn't the AFC Championship. It was just the the first round.
Yeah, it was.
Right? No, because
No, it
they
was
played
AFC
the
championship.
No, because the Bengals were in the AFC Championship. It was
Yeah.
Bengals.
Oh,
and,
you're right.
Chiefs.
It was divisional. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right. It was
Right,
divisional.
but like that was such a phenomenal game. Like you wouldn't think like that rematch should have been on like Monday night or Sunday night.
Yeah. The coin flip was what literally decided the game.
Yeah. Well, and the lack of defense, but whatever.
I mean,
We'll go
yeah.
I need
Had-
Patty
had that-
Mahomes and Kelsey to hook up 4 times again.
Dude, all of my fantasy teams this week are absolute ass. Higgins is out. I sent a link just showing like my notifications of like my Yahoo like fantasy games is just all like, hey, such and such is questionable to out. There's like 6 or 7 just all on there.
Oof.
It's just
That
so
sucks.
bad. I think I just looked at my projections in like Rick's league. I'm projected to get 88 points.
Shit.
And I had already cleaned out a couple other guys to get up there, and then I just got word Higgins was out. So
Yeah.
Oof.
yeah. So
Yeah,
I
that
don't know
sucks.
who's playing.
So,
me, but
official
they
picks.
they own my asshole.
This is tough. I'm gonna go. I want to say the Bills, but my gut tells me the Chiefs.
That's not your gut telling you the Chiefs. That's you trying not to shit.
That's true. Yeah, that's also true. I had the squirts today.
Yeah.
Hashtag total fallacy and more.
Rick's trying not to laugh too
Product's
much.
not available.
Yeah.
I'm going Bills strictly off of revenge. That's
Yeah.
I think-
Let's see. Let's take a look at the injury report here.
the Bills defense still kind of fucked up.
Yeah, they've got quite a bit. The only person that they have listed officially as out as of right now is Jake Kumaro. He's like a depth wide receiver.
Mhm.
And then for the Chiefs, they have safety Brian Cook out, cornerback Rashad Fenton out, and Tershawn Wharton, defensive tackle, out. So, this is tough. You know what? I'm just gonna say, go ahead, give me the Bills. Give me the Bills Mafia.
Give me the Bills in a shootout, baby. I need a shootout. I need like 4 to 5 tutties from Mahomes and Kelsey, and I need like, you know what, Jay Allen, give me a 10 spot. Give me a 10 spot. I'm cool with that.
What
That
who
does
are you
not
playing
mean
this
score
week?
10 points only, Josh. It is the 2 best teams in the league.
Oh yeah, you're playing Tom Schroeder. You nice. Yeah, you're playing Tom.
I
That's,
debated sending him a wax bet, but we all know how that goes.
Oh, they did the game of the week?
No, the game of the
No,
week
it's
is actually
not.
me and Nick.
You guys got a bet figured out?
Yes, we have for our game of the week bet, we're doing this thing. I don't even remember how we found it, but there's this old like drink recipe from like the 1960s or some shit like that.
Okay.
Called
Oh,
the
yeah.
beef fizz. And so the loser has to make the beef fizz on video and consume it all on video.
Okay. That
So-
sounds
You
like
gonna
a
do it
good
live
one.
on streaming if you lose?
Sure. Yeah, I'll do it live on the show if we lose.
Yes,
if
let's
the
do it.
losers lose. I'm
Look at
undefeated
tired
in
of
game of the
Another
week
Danny
bets
is
so
a
far.
trendsetter.
Yeah. Tired of
Yeah.
all the singing bets. Come
Yeah.
on, guys. Like put graham crack in her mouth and sing.
I like how
Yeah.
Rick, you were sending me clips for like, oh, look at the preview for the game of the week video, and you sent me like that shit right there about Money's team, but you happened to leave out the Spirit Finger portion of that clip.
What are you talking about?
Not that specific clip, but in that episode, you were talking about the Spirit Fingers in there. I took
Oh,
my
I don't-
first
I don't
L that
remember.
week to. Jeez, this is what happens when you stay up too late, Rick.
I don't. Yeah, usually I'll
has no idea
cover
what I'm
like the
talking
game,
about. Anyways.
the week prior's game of the week, and then the current game of the week.
Yeah, remember you said I got like
No.
torpedoed by a Guido or some shit? I don't know.
Oh
Anyways,
yeah.
Sunday Night Football, divisional game.
No.
America's team, the Dallas Cowboys,
Mhm.
travel to
No.
the city of brotherly love, Philly. The Eagles, undefeated still.
I don't know if you'll call this an upset, but I'm calling it my upset. I'm taking the Cowboys. They're
Go
pretty
wash
close.
your mouth
in
out with
my-
a bar soap.
I know. I hate saying it, but I'm going with it.
Not to backtrack. Shannon's got the. He says that the Bills have and had a good pass defense, but the Chiefs will just turn their backs. Chiefs get it. Cowboys versus the Eagles. I'm gonna ride with Philly on this one, and I'm gonna be rooting like hell for Philly
Yeah, I will too.
just to watch LaRoche cry and to shut him the hell up
It'll
about
be
Cooper Rush
it'll be
being the
interesting
goat.
because I think this is the best defense Philly. This would be the best defense Philly has seen by far.
Oh yeah,
So it'll be interesting. I mean,
Yep.
I don't. Here's where I think Dallas is going to struggle in this game: is that offense against Philly's defense.
Mhm.
Like Cooper Kush has done enough to to control the game and not be a reason that they lose, but Philly's defense is for real.
yeah.
So I go Philly here. And then, of course, Monday night, which may have been probably a fun game when we're looking at primetime matchups earlier in the year. We unfortunately have to watch that shit show in Denver, the Broncos, on national TV again. This is now, 7 weeks? This is 5 out of the 6 weeks we got to watch the shit show. The Broncos travel to LA to play the Chargers.
Chargers.
Yeah, Chargers.
Yep.
And
I just,
you know,
I don't, I. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say, like, I had talked about on last Friday's episode. So, for a while I was defending Russell Wilson because those first few weeks, like it seemed like there was a lot of beautiful passes he was making that would hit the receiver right in the chest.
Yeah,
But
Seattle was like
catching
his
it.
best game.
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, like take last week out of the picture, the Colts game, and I thought like there were so many times like he was just hitting like beautiful passes, but they just weren't catching it. And I was like kind of pounding the drum and saying like the Broncos' woes are not Russell Wilson's fault. After last week was absolutely 150% Russell Wilson's fault, but that is before I realized that his shoulder's messed up, and he apparently had like some type of procedure done to like alleviate some of the pain in his throwing shoulder.
Do you think that's a little bit of like painting the bullseye around the arrow? If they're just kind of back because I think QBs are always dealing with a little something. They're always getting a little, something's getting fixed or a little rehab or something. After every game, they're always getting like a steroid shot or something. During halftime. I know Aaron Rodgers was always, something he was kind of popular for. Do you think that's just one of those things where they're just throwing something out there just to say, because we never heard that until like it was like weeks of just ass, and then it's like, oh no, we didn't tell you that.
By the way,
he's got an injury from years like he's been dealing with since the Seattle days. You didn't know that?
It very well, yeah, that's a good point. I hadn't thought about that, but it very well could be. I don't know. I truly don't know. He supposedly had some type of procedure done, to kind of help fix the problem there. But yeah, give me the Chargers. It sucks. I can't believe I'm starting Geno Smith this week over Russell Wilson, which just feels disgusting to say.
Oh, my nipples.
But
yeah,
I hope that
insane.
I don't give a shit. Like as long as he continues to pepper Cortland Sutton with targets, I'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
I'm okay with the Monday night game sucking because I like to watch Raw, so it doesn't bother me. It's one less thing I got to have open on a screen. So we got 2 mailbag questions before we get out of here. Guys, if you have another one, drop it in the comment section here. While you're watching, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. So we've got 2 questions. So Kenneth Walker or Mostert for PPR?
I'm saying Walker.
I know what you said. I heard you plug that earlier, Danny.
Yeah.
I'd say give me full PPR. Give me Ken Walker.
Yeah.
I'm actually going Mostert here.
Yeah.
I think with a young rookie quarterback who's gonna hit the panic button a lot, I think he's gonna check down quick. So a look to go. The only thing there I could see is them leaning. Plus, you got to think with a rookie running back, with a rookie quarterback, they're gonna lean on that running game a little bit more. So I go Mostert, but I understand what you guys are saying. Kenneth Walker's a stud.
Yeah, he just looked. I mean, the little bit he played in the last game, he just had just a blowout run, and then it was looking pretty good before that too. I'm sorry, but you could see it. I guess one holdback is that it could be a split with him in Dallas. But yeah, maybe I'm just going with my heart, but I'm still saying Walker. I think he's first round draft pick. I think Arizona's got a pretty shitty defense. I think he's going to slam.
And I think, kind of to lend credence to that, I think that Ken Walker will have much better opportunity to score. He'll have better scoring opportunities than Mostert will.
Whoever Charles is, I like him.
Hey, Chuck, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, no, I think it's not. I don't think either one are a bad play this week. I just think that Walker is. I mean, he'll ultimately Seattle. If they have it their way, like Pete Carroll likes to run the football. They just haven't been able to because their defense has been dog shit. But I think that
Wait,
their
does Pete
offense
Carroll
is
know?
good
Hold
enough.
on. Did you just say Pete Carroll likes to run the football? Does he know that?
Yeah,
unless it's a Super
dude,
Bowl. But
well, right, but like he's typically been, like his MO with football has been more to establish the run first,
Yep.
which is why, like, the whole, oh, come on, man, let Russ cook,
yeah.
for all those years. But I think that all that being said, like Seattle's offense looks good enough at this point that Ken Walker will easily have more scoring opportunities than Raheem Mostert will. Maybe you could make an argument for Mostert having a safer floor for some of those things that you've mentioned, but I don't think it's that much higher of a floor than Ken Walker has, and I think that Ken Walker easily has the higher ceiling this week than Mostert does.
Well, and Penny being out too helps. So
Right.
we got one more question. Pick 2 PPR: Mike Williams, Michael Pittman Jr., or Christian Kirk.
I think
To me,
Mike
this is a
Williams and
no-brainer.
Pittman.
Whoa, really?
No, do you not? Well, you're saying
I was going Williams and Kirk here.
here go Williams and Kirk.
I mean,
Yeah.
Alec Pierce is quickly becoming one of the favorite targets in Indianapolis. He had a big game last week. Pittman Jr.
Yeah, you got Matt Ryan thrown to him though. Let me look at Pittman's numbers again. I thought I looked him up and was like, that was no brainer. But let me look up Pittman. See how prepared we are, guys. They're prepared. I'm not. I shouldn't drag Blake and Rick in here with me.
No, I think for me it's Williams and Kirk too, but it wouldn't surprise me if Pittman went on this week. Like, yeah, Alec Pierce looked nice last week, but Michael Pittman is a very, very talented player. So,
I'm thinking of someone else. I'm a dumbass. Who's the Steelers wide receiver?
They have Chase
Pickens?
Claypool, Deontay Johnson.
Pickens. That's who I'm thinking of. I'm thinking
Okay.
Pickens.
Claypool,
Yeah,
he's still
my
playing
bad,
football?
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Chase
It's,
Claypool's
listen to
dog
these
shit
guys.
this year.
Oh no, remember he's a top 3 wide receiver, according to him.
3 of 3.
Yeah.
He's a top 3 wide receiver on that team, maybe.
Yeah. I don't even
Of
know
high
about that. But yeah, no, give me Williams and Kirk. I think that Kirk continues. I think he's the favorite target of Trevor Lawrence this year. So, and Mike Williams, especially if Keenan Allen is still out, man, yeah, absolutely. Like Williams is just going to continue to be fed. So, and I think even if Keenan Allen comes back, I don't know that he's going to get the full workload that he's used to having.
Start picking if you have him.
Kenny George Pickens?
Yeah.
George Pickens.
Probably don't have him just hanging out on your bench.
I was slamming my fist for the Bears to draft him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. Well, we got a fun weekend of football. Can't wait to watch the Alabama-Tennessee game tomorrow night. That'll be a good one. I'm actually kind of nervous for that, to be honest with you, as an Alabama fan. But we'll see. We shall see. Any other plugs before we get out of here tonight, my fellas?
Not that I can think of. I'm getting excited. Hockey's starting to start back up. So that'll be cool.
My buddies tried to start a fantasy hockey league. We don't watch a lot of hockey. I don't really know how it works. Like, I think we got like 3 people total. Like, and the season starts like this week. We have no idea what we're doing.
It's already started.
It already started, yeah. So that shows how much I know about it, and I don't even know how the scoring system will work. Like, yeah, my starter got a point. You know, like,
yeah.
So I don't know how it's gonna work, but we're just thinking like once
I played it 1 year, and it's like fantasy baseball. It's so frustrating. You got to check it every single day, day. And I know I get it. You can set lineups in advance. So like I can look at tomorrow and I can set a lineup in advance, or I can look at Wednesday or or whatever and set those lineups. So it's like, okay, well, what happens if XYZ gets hurt and I don't think about it? Like, or I'm like, so I like fantasy football. You can do it like twice a week. You check it always Sunday
Mhm.
mornings just to make sure everything's Gucci. But that's too much for me. Fantasy baseball, fantasy hockey is too much.
If we actually, go through with the league, I'm lots of questions if it's going to happen at this point. I'm hoping it'll just get me more into hockey because I loved football before I did fantasy football, but I was more like, yeah, I won't really watch it unless the Seahawks are playing or if there's a game that kind of implicates the Seahawks going to the playoffs. But I didn't really get into football till like 11 or 12 years ago when I started doing fantasy football. Then all of a sudden you're like, you just know all these players. I'm hoping maybe that'll happen with hockey with me, because I'd love to just have you have that horrible winter dull time, as like Super Bowl kind of winds up and there's just like basketball and hockey. I'm not a big basketball guy. Maybe I'll try that too. But yeah, that's like my sports lull right there. That's just my year lull. Christmas is over, but still cold and wintry. It's not festive anymore. Sports is over. It's like,
yeah.
No days off till.
Well, we'll have XFL this year. We'll have XFL. We'll do an
Yes,
XFL
sir.
league.
Oh, and I want to talk to you guys about that.
We will do that for sure. We
'Cause
tried
I got
to
a
do the
great-
USFL league, but not everyone fucking signed up.
I got a great idea for a fantasy football league for XFL. Like I said, up for that, I think it would be a fucking riot if we did it this way. So, I mean, we got time. I can explain it to you right now if you want, or we gotta get going.
Let's get out of here tonight. We'll definitely talk
yeah.
about it as we get closer because I think that's something we can definitely do. I'm gonna leave you guys with a little bit of advice before we go tonight, guys, fellas. If you're watching this show and you're engaged, you're dating, you're married, whatever. If you have a significant other and you like to watch football and you have a serious league, right, like a money league, don't invite them to that league. What you do, my friend, is you make a bullshit-free league. Put your wife, put your friends, put her friends in there. If you have other married couples or other double date friends that you go to, put them in the league. Because then on Thursday night when you want the TV or on Monday night when you want the TV, all you have to say is, hey, fantasy football, this game might have implications on whether you win or lose. And suddenly she's okay not watching Vampire Diaries and watching the football game.
There you go.
Life hack there, fellas. Life hack there.
The more you know.
See, guys? So make sure you hit the subscribe button so we can hit you with these life hacks. We will be back on Tuesday. I had to make sure we were good. All right, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Good luck on fantasy. We'll see you on Tuesday. Peace.
Welcome to the BAM Sports.